Guys,
Yeah.
now you want to give us like a little hint about some of the songs and maybe what some of them are about?
Yeah, the title was taken from two different songs. One of them is like Give It Revolution, and that's kind of why it's on the 4th of July. And the way a lot of people look at things is like what's happening in the world in Eastern Europe and stuff and all the freedom and things like that. And with the suicidal thing is it's like there's a war that's going on, and all wars are not fought with guns and they're not fought with fists. There's a war, and you know, each person has to deal with. And when we say give it revolution, it's not about politicians, because there's no law that can make you free. Someone can't pass a law and say that I'm free. That's not it. You have to be free inside yourself and stuff. And you can put me in any jail you want in the world, and I'll still be free because I am who I am, and I believe in it, and no one can change the way I think. And I think freedom is something that's not like, okay, you're free now, go off and do it. No, that's something that you have to gain for yourself, that you have to fight for. And like I said, it doesn't have to be with fists, but it's like life's a war, and you know, you're gonna have a lot of battles and sometimes you lose, but the whole thing is when it's all said and done, you win the war, and that's what Suicidal's about.
So when you're writing songs, you're writing about your personal feelings and how, let's say, a suicidal outlook on everything that's going on with you guys, rather than writing about girls and cars.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things, you know, it's like, personally, like, talking about Satan or something doesn't really excite me, and talking about chicks, you know, it's like, that's cool, I can do that with my friends, but it's like, hey, it's like what we always say, if you're going to do something, you do it, you don't talk about it. And with us and our attitude and what we're doing about it is like, you know, we've been in the band for 8 years, and I don't know how much longer we'll be doing this band, but we got to go on with our lives after it's over with, and if this is our claim to fame, then our lives are screwed up, because this ain't got no meaning as far as it comes to the real world and stuff.
What does?
What does?
From your point of view.
Well, basically, when it's talking about, people say, well, what the suicidal lyrics about is my world. But see, my world is the whole world. And it's a lot of times people put me down for the way I see things, but they were never there when I was a kid, and they never were there when I went through things I did. And before they can put down my world, they better take a walk inside my world. And when they take a walk inside my world, they're going to see things differently. And I'm not telling people to see things the way I do. And I'm not saying, a lot of people say, you got a bad attitude. I don't got a bad attitude. I got the best attitude there is, because I won't quit. Because I'm going on and I'm going to do things. And being on this show don't mean, oops, I was going to say a bad word. It don't mean, you know, it don't mean a lot to me. You know, it does to some other people. And people always, when I say that, people get upset. But it's like, you know, I'm going to be 40, I'm going to be 50 if I make it that far. And there's a lot of things that are a lot more important. And when you see things in the world, and when you see people die and people that get screwed up that you care about, you're telling me it's important that you got like a song that goes #1 on the radio. It don't mean a lot to me, you know?
Well, it's real nice to hear your point of view, and I hope we can have it back here again. It's Mike Muir from Suicidal Tendencies. Now let's check them out in action. Here is their video, Waking the Dead.